Hey guys, what's going on? ProfessorSnipe here, and welcome back to the 5th episode here of Battlefield Play for Free Versus, comparing the Mk3A1 and the USAS-12. So sit back, relax, and let's see which gun dominates the other. Now to start off, take a look at this table here that I made. Whichever stat is in red is negative, green is positive, the yellow is equals, and what I did here for the pink is the ones that is the differences between regular, veterans, and elites USAS. So take a look here at the ammo per magazine. Just take a look how the Mk3A1 has 10 bullets, while the USAS can have 6, 8, or 10. So I didn't know which one to put is better or worse, so I put it in purple or in pink just so that you guys can take a look and see the differences between what the USAS does, which the standard, veterans, and elites USAS does. So now, take a look at those stats. You can pause whenever you want, but I'll be talking about them. I want to talk here a bit about the damage. So I put that the Mk3A1 has the lowest damage, but the most pellets. And I took 18 damage times 8 pellets equals 144. And the Elites USAS has highest damage, but the least pellets. So 24 damage times 6 pellets equals the exact same damage. So it has the exact same damage, but just the difference of pellets and damage, all of that, it makes the same potential at the end. Now comparing the reload times, both of them, the Mk3A1 has a slower reload time of 0.6 seconds. Nothing too big, but it still can be the difference between life and death in some certain scenarios. So I'm going to play that for you guys, and then I'm going to play it again once more for you guys. And then now I'm going to be showing you guys some just some standard footage from both weapons, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy of that when I talk about both those weapons and how I feel about them and which one is better. Now I said here that the reload time of the Mk3A1 is 5 seconds, while the USAS-12 is sitting at 4.4. It can be a difference for some people, a big difference, or but all the USASs, they all have 4.4 seconds of reload time, and it's at a slight advantage than the Mk3A1. Now the ammo per mag, I feel like if you're going to be using the standard USAS, it's not going to compete versus the Mk3A1. I feel like having only 6 bullets per magazine is not a good thing, so here I'm going to put an emphasis on comparing the Elite USAS versus the Mk3A1. So having the ammo per magazine, both of them have 10 bullets per magazine, and the total ammo both have 40 with 3 mags spare. Now if you go compare something like the rounds per minute, which is the rate of fire, the Mk3A1 has a slower rate of fire than the USAS. And take that at a negative aspect, I can tell you guys that you should take that at a more positive aspect. You know why? Because this is a fully automatic shotgun, and with slower rate of fire, it equals less bullets wasted. So you can take that into consideration, or you can switch it out the opposite. You can say that the slower equals less kills. So you can take that any way you want to, but these are the facts here, and I'll let you guys interpret it any way you guys want to. So if it's positive aspect for you, you can say that the slower rate of fire is more positive or more negative to you. It's up to you. Personally, I feel like the Mk3A1, I like it more that it has a slower rate of fire, because just the fact that it has such a long reload time, it kind of compensates for that long reload time. You can burn through your ammunition a bit slower so that you can have more time killing the enemies. Moving on to recoil, it depends on how people like to control recoil, but the horizontal recoil for the USAS-12 is better. It doesn't move too much to the sides, but it moves more to the like upwards than the Mk3A1. So the Mk3A1 has a worse horizontal recoil compared to the USAS-12, and that thing will jam up from the left to the right and also to the upper portion of recoiling. Also, so just take that into consideration while you're going to be using this. Both those guns, or whichever one you like most. Now, for the damage, at short range, the Mk3A1 falls to the USAS. At medium range, Mk3A1 falls to the USAS. And the only thing that the damage it beats the USAS is at long range, which is pretty dumb, because you would think that this is a shotgun and you won't even be using this gun at long range. Now, I know what you guys are thinking right now. USAS has better reload time, faster rounds per minute, better damage, and easier to control sides recoil it seems like a clear winner. But I'll let you guys know also that the pellets make the big difference here. Now this is where it completely changes everything. The Mk3A1 has 8 pellets, while the USAS has 6. Also, this makes it completely different because with that lower damage, like I showed you guys in that small math equation there, I showed you that it has the exact same potential of damage than the Elite's USAS. So the Mk3A1 can actually compete versus the Elite's USAS. So like I showed you, and I'll remind you guys once more, if you take 18 damage, which is the highest damage per pellet the Mk3A1 can do, and you multiply that by 8, which is if you hit every single pellet hits the enemy, you will deal 144 damage, which is enough to kill an enemy. But the Elite's USAS, if you take 24 damage, which is the highest it can do, and you multiply that by 6 pellets, it does 144. So this is what I feel like is interesting. It doesn't depend on how much firepower you have for both of the guns. I feel like it depends on how much accuracy you can control your gun and how much accuracy you can provide versus your enemy. So if you're that type of person that, you know, just feels like you can have all those pellets but lower damage and you can be so accurate, I feel like you can dominate the enemy with the Mk3A1. But if you're that type of person that just, you know, you don't really know if you're going to be too accurate, but you just want to deliver more firepower, I think that the USAS is more suited for you. Because, let me tell you guys straight up, not every pellet will hit the enemy. But if you're that type of person, like I said, that you know that you're not going to be too accurate and you just want to spray, the USAS is better for you. But if you're a type of person that, you know, wants to take your time, you know, with a slower rate of fire, you want to control more and be more accurate, the Mk3A1 is the gun for you. So, personally, what do I feel like is the best gun between those two? I feel like, honestly, none of them are good, because I personally have different playstyles. Sometimes I like to run around. I barely use any of those guns, but I don't even have the Mk3A1. But for the Mk3A1, for the time that I spent it, I felt like it took me a bit more skill to use the gun, whereas I needed to be more accurate and make sure that all my pellets hit the enemy so I can deliver the most potential damage. But with the USAS-12, I felt like also it was a bit hard to use because I had to reload so fast. I had to reload a lot of times because of that a bit faster rate of fire. So that's pretty much what you guys should take into consideration. If you guys want to rewind back to the graph that I made with all the colors and all that stuff, go ahead, make sure to do that. And that's all I have for the Mk3A1 and USAS-12 video. The comparison series, I know it's a bit shorter video than usual, but you know, I just want to break down the stats and everything and make sure to let you guys know which one is which aspect is better for each gun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this commentary and comparison video. I hope you guys have an amazing day like always. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys in my next video.